All the tech that I've tested and reviewed on this channel has been bought by myself. Until today. Whoa. This right here is the Chasing Dory, the underwater drone. Everyday underwater exploration drone. This is the Chasing Dory underwater drone. It is the most affordable, portable and compact underwater camera drone you can buy on the market today. And it's pretty flipping awesome. So first of all, the specs, and despite its size, it's packed full of technology. It's got a 1080p camera, so you can record in 1080p video, and it's got an f1.6 camera lens for taking photos as well, so you can take photos and video. It's got two 250 lumen lights on the front to illuminate underwater, which is really handy for those murky waters, especially in the UK. Hopefully this thing's going to work really good in Mexico coming up next week. It's got 5 powerful propulsion motors to propel it through the water about 2 knots. It can go up, down, it can tilt, it can go left and right like that as well. Tilt up and down 45 degrees. While we're on the case of that, it has got a smart tilt motor, so it can tilt up and down 45 degrees, and it's got a smart lock, depth lock feature as well. So if you want to keep it at a certain depth, it will keep that. You can go left and right, forward and backwards, and it will stay at the specific depth that you set. It's got a massive 1 hour battery life from the 4800 milliamp battery. It takes 2 hours to charge, so it's quick charging for a device this size, and it lasts for an hour, so you've got plenty of time to go exploring underwater with this massive battery. While we're on the case of the battery, it is only 51.84 watts, so it's safe to travel on a plane. The maximum you can take on a plane is 100 watts, so this baby can travel anywhere with you, and that's a good job because it's obviously very small, very portable, designed for travel, and so it's got to have that battery to match the airline specs for taking batteries on board a plane. So great stuff, well done Chasing for that one. Another notable feature is the fact that it is totally water sealed. There is no on-off switch, there is no SD card slot for any water to get into this product whatsoever. The product itself, the Chasing Dory, turns on when you connect the buoy by the tether to the drone. That's the only way that the drone turns on. So there's no way of getting any water inside of the Chasing Dory. So what we're going to do is get out, we'll test it and see how we get on out in the field. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Oh, it's muddy. We've had loads of rain here in the UK over the last few weeks, and the grounds are just sodden. I'm at the largest body of water that I can think of local to me, and that's Himley Hall, which is sort of in between Wolverhampton and Starbridge, in the West Midlands, and we're coming over here to test the drone, see if we can see how it's going to operate. My only worry is that the water's going to be a little bit murky. It has got those 250 lumen lights on the front of it, but is the water going to be too murky for this? So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and press the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads, because very soon we are traveling to Mexico, so hopefully those waters will be a lot clearer. I can do some more extensive testing of the Chasing Dory, so yeah, make sure you don't miss those. Subscribe down below. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's adjust you a little bit. We've got the dory. We're going to open her up. We've got the dory here. All we have to do, like I said before, is just to connect the buoy, which is the Wi-Fi signal from the phone to the buoy, and then that transmits from the drone, from the buoy to the drone to do all the navigation stuff. So I've got the wire all tied up with this nice Night Eyes cable tidy, which are awesome. Go and check them out. I'll link the video up above there. I've done a video about these. The birds are going absolutely mad here today. You just have to stick this into the back like so. That goes in the water, that's that connected, and then theoretically when you plug this into the buoy, then that automatically hear the beep. That means the drone's turned on. Just a quick tip, make sure these are really tight. Make sure they're really attached tight. Double check them before you put the drone into the water. And then before we do anything else, we're going to connect to the app on the phone. One thing I didn't mention is that some people in the internet about reviews that have been done before on this were complaining about the fact that you can't tether the buoy to anything. And Chasing have included this extra tether that is supposed to attach to the buoy and then attach to me, so the buoy doesn't drift off into the water, which is a nice little touch. It seems like they've thought about that, but there is nowhere to attach these little things to the buoy, so I'm just sort of attaching it to the wire underneath there, and hopefully that will work. I'll put the controls up on the screen now. Now, to actually control it, it gets a little bit of getting used to. I would prefer an actual control unit where you've got triggers and sort of joysticks so you can use, but you do get used to it and it does respond pretty well left and right. As I feared though, because the water here is a bit murky, it is hard to see anything, even with the lights on. So I think we're going to have to wait until Mexico to get some nice sun and some clear waters to actually get the benefit out of the camera and stuff. So to actually try and find anything. But as I move around, if you get close to the floor, you can see things. You can see, I mean, you can see the wire, and I'm trying to get the ducks and stuff, but they're running away before I get to them. So yeah, it is good. You've got the high mode and low mode with the power button on the bottom of the screen there. As you can see, you can record and you can take a picture. The up and down tilt mode, so you can tilt up so you can actually see the top of the water there, and then you can go down so you can see down. But as I move around slowly, it's just a little bit too murky. You can see from these pictures now. If I go upwards, you can actually go up and down. I'm going to try and ascend up. Yeah, on the left hand side you can turn the lights on and off, and as you can see, as I turn them off, it makes a little bit of difference, but not a great deal of difference in these murky, dark English waters. So maybe it's not for that. Maybe I've got to sort of wait until I get to Mexico to try and get the most out of the camera and try and get some fish and stuff down below. You can change all the settings. It tells you the depth and the temperature and the distance on the screen. It tells you it's connected and how long you've been recording for on the top left hand corner. So yeah, it's intuitive. It works pretty well. So you can see as I'm moving the joystick left and right, it responds really quickly, and it's tilting down at the moment, and we can look up and it's there, and yeah, it's fun to use. It's going to be good for kids. It goes about 2 nautical knots an hour. It's quite easy to steer left and right. You can see the lights as I come towards. You can see the lights as we come towards each other there. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've still got 87% battery. You can play for hours and practice left and right, and then we press down to dive down, so it's disappeared under the water, and we're on the floor now. You can see it's kicking up a little bit of the mud if we go up a bit. First test of the Chasing Dory. Really intuitive to use and control. I'm sure my 13-year-old son can use it. I'm going to let him have a go on holiday, so he'll be testing that out for me while I film it underwater while doing some snorkeling in Mexico. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, don't miss that video coming up very soon. Yeah, there's a few things that I really like about it, and a few things that they could improve, obviously. The wire gets a little bit tangled up, but that's user error. Maybe I could sort that out before I chuck it in the water. The controls, I definitely would like a joystick control, a separate controller rather than using my smartphone. I'd like to use a phone for controlling the camera more. The lights, maybe the lights could be a little bit brighter, so to cope with these English murky waters, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it's designed for. This is like the biggest body of water around my area, and it's still murky, so when we get to the sea in Mexico, I'm sure it will perform brilliantly. But yes, really, first impressions are fantastic. I really like it. It's light, it's small, it's compact, it's portable. You can be able to take it around with you. It's something maybe that you take for specific reasons rather than keeping your camera bag on a full-time basis. But the Chasing Dory, I really like it. I'm going to be using it in Mexico. Next week we go to Mexico, so I'm going to be using it over there. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to send this back because Chasing have sent me this as a loan. I have got to return it, which is a bit of a bummer because I'd like to use it for a sort of a long, extended period of time to try and perfect it. But maybe they'll let me keep it. You never know. Let's get back to the studio, finish off because it's freezing out here. Come on, let's go. Mexico coming up very soon, other stuff coming, so yeah, really appreciate you guys. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, and I shall see you on the next video. More videos coming up on the Chasing Dory, so yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.